Yes, sir. How many minutes in are we now? Can't read it. Maybe 47? Yeah, that's probably right. I would suppose. It's funny, guys, the further north you drive, the more people wave to you. Down here, like down in Lincoln and stuff, nobody ever waves. You wave to them. I'm a waver. I like to wave to people. They always glare. So up here, I forget. Once I make that, yeah, see, now we're crossing into Aroostook, into Molluncus, Aroostook County. So anyway, that's the transition right there. That guy just came from across the county line, so, you know, and he was waving. So anyway, I forget, and then I don't wave, right? Because I waved the whole ride until here, and I don't wave because I've been just getting glared at. Nobody waves back, and then from here on, people start waving to me, and I'm not waving because nobody waved to me. So then I'm like, oh, I gotta wave, and then I wave, and then I'm on my way home, and I get back into the Lincoln area, and I'm still waving, and then people are glaring, and it's pretty funny. And waves, based on where you live, are totally different. There will be, if you guys remind me in one of my live streams, I will demonstrate that. I can't right now because I'd have to stop filming, rotate the camera and everything. But I will show you sometime, if you remind me, I will show you the different waves. Because I've noticed, depending on where you're at, the waves are totally different. And if you wave the wrong way for the place you're at, people glare, they get really disgusted. So, it's pretty funny. Seems so quiet, guys. I always listen to the radio when I'm riding. It's always like cranked up, you know. But I don't dare. I don't want to be copyrighted. Have the sound cut from my whole video. That'd be bad. An hour and a half of filming, right? Non-stop filming or whatever. Trying to get this video done, and then there's something in there that YouTube copyrights me for and cuts all the sound out of my video. They did that to me on a radio review once. So it's like now when I go to review a radio, I never know what to do because I'm like, the whole point of the review is to show the sound quality, and there's nothing I can feed through the radio that's not going to get copyrighted, so what do? It's like this panic, you know. I actually have a radio review coming up, spoiler, for the radio I installed in my pickup because I put a brand new radio in here, brand spanking new. So there will be a review coming up of that, but there will not be any sound test for the radio because of copyright, which, I don't know. I might be able to come up with something that I know that's not copyrighted. I don't know. Not really sure. I've been wanting to experiment just with some short clip videos that are like, you know, nothingness that I'm going to delete right after I put them up, just with different music in them, and try to see what's getting copyrighted and what isn't, so that I kind of have a context for when I do things and I do want to put music to them, what I can get away with, what I can't. I mean, everything gets copyrighted, but as I told you in my test drive for the Cruising with Codger series, depending on what it is, sometimes it's just a copyright claim where all the money and things that you make from the video later on, when your channel becomes big enough, will go to the artist of the song or whatever. And then there's a copyright strike where they just don't allow you to use it at all, and they cut all the sound from your video. So yeah, and you never know which it's going to be, so you don't really dare. Plus, I don't really want to get music in all my videos that is copyright claimed either, because then if the channel ever became big enough, which it's definitely probably never going to become big enough, but if it did, if I ever reached that milestone, which I think is like, I can't remember how many views, like maybe 10,000 subscribers, I think, and so many views. I can't remember. Anyway, if I ever reach that milestone, I don't want to have all my videos that I could make money off from be copyrighted. That would kind of suck. So anyway, that's that's the information for that. Here's the cemetery here, coming into McQuack. I don't know if we've actually passed any signs or not, but this is McQuack. This store here, guys, I gotta tell you this story. Hopefully I can get the camera over far enough you can see it. A little store here, just this other side of the bridge. And when I was a kid, yeah, right there. There it is. The old Malunkus, okay, so it's still Malunkus. Tavern, they called it. Anyway, it had a bunch of different owners, but when I was a little kid, like 3 or 4 years old, they sold Utz cheese puffs. You know the ones. Not like cheese balls, but cheesy popcorn. It was like puffy, styrofoamy popcorn with cheese on it, but it was made by Utz. Anyway, I think I just called it cheese puffs, or cheese, I don't know. I can't remember what I call it. Anyway, I would I would make somebody drive me all the way out here to get that. I couldn't pass the store without it. It was my thing as a little kid. And who remembers bug juice? I don't even know if they still make bug juice. But that was my beverage of choice as a little tyke. I don't think they do still make bug juice. I haven't seen it in years and years and years. But that was always, I can still taste it in my mind. That was always my favorite drink as a kid. Bug juice. Yep, that's funny. Alright, so now we're headed out through Township. I cannot remember what the number is for the township, but it's just a township. There's no name for the town. It's a township with a number. And this is probably the longest, yeah, definitely the longest stretch of the ride with absolutely no houses. This time I mean it. Like, before there was a couple houses. This time, just as soon as we get past, like, these few here, there will be nothing but woods and logging roads and trees for a very long time. So yeah, buckle up, because there's going to be nothing to look at unless someone walks out the road in front of us or something, like Sasquatch. Got my fingers crossed, okay guys? Here's a good topic of choice. How many people believe in Sasquatch? Bigfoot, Yeti, whatever, you know? And if you do believe in the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, whatever, where do you think it lives? I mean, do you think we have them in Maine? What is your stand on that? Leave a comment here. Just you know, might as well get that whole discussion going. As far as my opinion goes, honestly, I think we probably, it's hard to say. As far as it existing, I would say it's, of course it's, is that an eagle? Are those eagles? Those are eagles. I don't know if you saw them, they were swarming. There's 2 of them flying loops there. Great big eagles. I can see the white on their heads glowing in the sun. Anyway, Bigfoot. So I think probably Bigfoot, I mean, there's a good chance he exists. I don't find him mythical to the point where he absolutely cannot exist. I'm not saying he does exist, and I'm not saying he doesn't exist. It's very possible he could exist. As far as why we haven't found any dead Bigfoots or any, you know, concrete evidence, that I really can't answer unless he just lives in places that are so dense with woods with nothing around that you'd be like hard-pressed to ever see one. That could be possible. As far as the whole caveman Neanderthal theory, that's bogus. That's all bogus. It's just ridiculousness. But do we have them in Maine? It would seem logical that if they were places in North America, that we would be one of them that would have them, because we're all woods. But yet, I don't feel like we do, if they exist. I really don't feel like we do. It's, there again, everything I say is a, well, maybe, because it's always possible, but I don't know. I just don't feel like we do. It kind of seems like they kind of go more to the mountain kind of swamp country than they do to this area. And there again, I'm not saying, I did decide in my mind, this is funny, I decided in my mind if they were anywhere in Maine, it would be Greensville. I don't know why, that's what I come up with after careful thought and consideration. So, yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe Elephant Mountain. I did have a plan at one point. I was like, I should get Jacob down, which is my friend Jacob I tell you about. Him and I do these epic woods adventures where we pack up backpacks with snacks and stuff, and get our survival tools. He's got a machete. I've got what I call my Rambo knife. I think I did a video on it. Anyway, and we all go out in the woods and do a bunch of crazy stuff, roam around, build forts and different stuff. We actually started building a log cabin. I think that was in the birthday vlog, squirrel hunting part. I think Don and I stopped up there to the cabin. I actually should finish that now that I have a chainsaw, but side story. Anyway, what was I going to say? I lost it there. Oh yeah, I was actually going to try to get him to go camping with me on Elephant Mountain overnight. Just as a fun something to do. Not that I actually thought we were going to come up with a Sasquatch or anything, but I just thought it would be kind of fun because we like to do stuff like that. It'd be a get together and, you know, just something to do while we were together. So that might happen someday. If it does, I should definitely film it. So yeah, anyway guys, that's my thoughts on the whole Sasquatch Bigfoot thing, you know. And my dad works in the woods. He's a truck driver, okay? He's been all over the state. He's been 20-some miles back in the woods sometimes, you know, off the tar, out in the middle of nowhere, and he's never seen one. Okay, so that kind of makes me think, probably not. I mean, I understand not many people see them, and I don't even know if they're real, but if they were real, it would seem like loggers would see them. And they're in the woods all day, you know what I mean? But yet you never hear of it, so I don't know. Yeah, wow, this is a long stretch, guys. You see the clouds are getting thicker and grayer. It could just be that as the day goes on, the clouds will burn off up here, and, you know, they just haven't burned off up here yet. But because it takes a lot longer for it to warm up and reach the peak of the day up north than it does down our way. So that could be, but I'm thinking it will stay probably overcast like this most of the day. Is little spots of blue peeking out. Oh, here we go. Is this? We might be coming out of the woods here finally. It looks like the opening. Maybe not. It might just be dipping down again. Yeah, it's just dipping down again. Still in the woods, guys. False alarm. I'd hate to break down out here in the winter. That would really be not fun at all. Because, like, nobody comes out through here. Very rarely do I ever meet anybody on the road through here. It's like no man's land. Oh, here we go. We're getting close. We're still going to be a while before we're out of the woods. Literally. Well, we're not out of the woods yet. But we're getting closer, guys. Shouldn't be too much longer. I bet most of you, well, I don't know. Biggest fan, have you ever been out here? Leave a comment, because I bet you haven't. I bet you've been, probably obviously to Mattawamkeag and stuff, but I bet you've never been up on this road. I bet you've never been up north either. Most people don't, honestly, come north. Like, it seems like in our area, people think, like, northern Maine is like the end of the world, and they don't come up here for anything ever. So, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Yet, everybody from southern Maine flocks to northern Maine for vacations and stuff. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. But really, southern Maine is so much different than, like, central, I guess you call it central Maine, and northern Maine. Southern Maine's, it's almost like a whole nother state, really, because it's big and industrialized, and people are so much different, and it doesn't really, I don't know. People from my area all and up north don't really blend with the southern Maine group. We're kind of backwoods, kind of out there, redneck. It's like anywhere else. It's like totally different culture, I guess, more than anything. It's kind of funny though that you could have a state big enough that the culture is that much different from end to end, but it really is. I hope you guys have seen enough woods today. I want you to feel disappointed or left out or nothing. School bus sign, that's funny. Oh, turn. I never noticed that before, I don't think. Oh, here we go. We're busting out of the woods now. Back into the semi-civilized world. We're still kind of on the outskirts of everything, but we're out of the woods. Silver Ridge, yep, here we go. Once you cross over into Silver Ridge, things start becoming a little more developed. For lack of a better term. There's the Silver Ridge Cemetery. I like Silver Ridge. It's kind of run down, a lot of it, but I like it. I like the location. I always thought if a person could get a whole big piece of land and get a nice little house built off from the road, that Silver Ridge would be a pretty decent place to live. But the only thing is you're so, it's good for the same, like it's bad for the same reason it's good though. Because I like it because it's so far from everything, but I don't like it because it's so far from everything. Like if you needed to commute anywhere from your house and you lived in Silver Ridge, you'd be like completely isolated from everything. It would be like an insane drive, no matter what. Like it could be a long drive to, you know, Patten Maine Falls kind of an area. It'd be a long drive to Lincoln, and you're kind of right in between, and you're not really near either. And yeah, so it kind of puts you, like I said, isolated. Here's the Silver Ridge Church up here, which you guys kind of tilted so you can see it a little better. I'll slow down a little bit. It's a neat little church. I always liked that church. This little phone holder is working really phenomenal. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. I'd like to thank all the people who made this phone holder possible. It truly is tremendous. It's tremendous. So this is how much I drive the road, guys. It's a 40 mile an hour down here. You watch. I literally know every speed limit through here. It's crazy because I've been through here so much. Wait for it. Wait for it. 40 miles an hour! I'm always like, I always quiz Mom when we get down over that hill. I'm like, hey Mom, guess what the speed limit's gonna be? And she's like, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? And I'm like, 40 miles an hour. And the next time I'm like, hey Mom, guess what the speed limit's gonna be? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, 40 miles an hour. We do it like every time. It's really funny. She forgets in between though. always liked that house right there. It was for sale for a while. I don't know if somebody else bought it or if they just took it off the market. I'm not really sure. Got a couple people on the road up here, it looks like. Either that or we got a pair of Sasquatches. Oh my word. That was something my Uncle Randy always used to do with me when I was a kid. He'd say, "Oh, we gotta go tree knocking after supper." I said, "Tree knocking?" I said, "Yeah. Never been tree knocking?" I said, "No, Uncle Randy, I haven't." He said, get yourself a stick. So I go get myself a stick. He said, "Okay, we're gonna go tree knocking." So he'd walk me out to a big tree and he'd say, "Okay, now beat on that tree, we're gonna tree knock just like this." And he'd start beating on it. He'd laugh and laugh. He thought that was funny. Get me out there tree knocking for a Sasquatch. Turn back in a little bit. Look at how long the road is though, how far you can see it. It's pretty crazy. I always thought it would be fun to bike through here. Not like you'd want to ride back up over the hill, but I mean to come down over some of these hills on a bicycle, especially when you get out to like Hersey and stuff, out on the other side of Patten. It's all these great big long hills that just go on forever out there. It'd be a lot of fun to bike right there through those different areas. Got cold. We've come up 2 degrees since I left the house. I think I said it was 35 when I left. It's like 37 now, but it's starting to get cold in here. Keep that fan on, I guess. So we must be coming out of Silver Ridge now and must be Island Falls or something, because that's the sign for Silver Ridge. But I don't see any. This is what I mean. I don't see any town sign. Oh, is this one here? Yeah. So we gotta see. It's Silver Ridge. What the heck? Oh, Sherman. Okay, there we go. Sherman. Yep, going to Sherman. That's right. We catch just the edge of Sherman here before we hit on the falls. We are gonna go through Sherman because I don't want to go around Island Falls because that's gonna put me out past Patten. I'm so used to going Island Falls because I'm going to the church, Crystal. Crystal's like right in between Patten and Island Falls. So to go through Sherman and then come in through Patten and then go to Crystal takes a lot longer than just truck it straight for Island Falls and cut across to Crystal. So that's why. Hopefully I don't zone out and miss my turn. I'm funny that way. If you get me on a road that I go the same way every time, right? I get that in my head and it becomes like override instinct. And I'll go that way, whether I'm supposed to go that way that day or not. And then I'll be like, what am I doing? And I have to turn around. Or at that point, just roll with it, which is usually faster by the time I realize what I've done. Here we go. Yeah, our turn's going to be coming right up here. I like Island Falls going that way better than Sherman. Really, I don't like going through Sherman if I can help it. It's just not fun. It just isn't. But if we go through Sherman, you guys might see the Amish. Which is like, Mom's like, oh, wouldn't it be so awesome if you could show them the Amish? And I'm like, I guess. They agitate me because they're always in the road and like on hills and stuff. And you're like coming down almost a complete stop because you can't scare them, right? Scare them horses, and that's happened before. People have scared them and then people end up getting killed or run them over. Look at the mountain, guys. Look at the mountain. Catan, you better be watching this, bud. Okay? Because this mountain is like, it's phenomenal. When we get to the lookout, there's a big lookout on one of the hills here in Patten. And we will stop if you can still see the mountain, if it's still clear, which it looks like it should be. We will stop there on that lookout and I will show you a good shot of the mountain before we continue on, because it is really phenomenal. I mean, I appreciate the mountain. I don't like to get giddy over it because it makes me sound like a tourist. I'm not a tourist. So it's like, yep, the mountain looks pretty good today, and then, you know, I try to keep it under control, alright, because you don't want to go nuts with it, and then you sound like a tourist. You know how that is. But seriously, it's nuts, guys. It really is. I don't know if you guys can see it when you're not zoomed in, but I 100% will stop at that lookout and show you guys a good shot. I'll zoom in and show you guys a good shot of that mountain. It'd be better if it was a clear day. Some day it's so clear that you can it just looks like you can reach right out and touch it. I never realized until the other day, you can see the peak of the mountain when you're coming over the knoll just before you get to Ware's Power Equipment in Lincoln. Coming like, you know, out of town to Ware's, not the other way around, but there's a point right there on the hill, and if it's clear, if it's a clear day, you can see just the top of the mountain. It's pretty crazy. I never noticed that till the other day, and I was like, Mom, this is nuts. Did you realize you can see the mountain from here? And she's like, no. It's pretty cool. Okay, I better start backing out of it, coming into town. And there's the sign for Sherman. See old Pete. Coming down into Sherman. Look at this house here. This is always interesting. This maroon colored house. It's like kind of a Victorian kind of a look to it. You guys swoop low so you can get a good look on the way by. Isn't that pretty weird though? It's really pretty though. I like it. Some people kind of find those old houses like that creepy. And I do too in some certain circumstances, but that one's really pretty. You missed the grocery store because I had you swivel that way. But there's a little grocery store right there on that sharp corner where we were turning. Gonna miss my favorite Kenworth in town, because I got you turned the wrong way for that too. Some stuff you just can only show from the other way, you know. I'll try to get you guys straightened out a little bit here. Coming up the old L. Here we go. Loaded down heavy. That 913 riding on the floorboard, that's offsetting the balance here, throwing the 4.3 right out of whack on me. It don't take much, guys. Didn't we laugh the other day, Jacob and I? We got this loaded up with that birch and stuff off the road. We had some ash in the back too that I had, not ashes and stove ashes, but ashes and wood ash that had been sawed up that I put in the back. And you could feel the weight. I mean, it was pretty decent load, but I was playing it up wicked. I'm like, oh Jacob, geez, we're gonna freaking spit the transmission right out here. She's loaded right down to the stoppers. He's laughing. Oh jeez. I said, geez, look at it. So we're probably gonna have to put her right down in second gear when we get to this hill here. I don't think she's gonna make it. She'll probably have to go down over neutral. Didn't we laugh? He says, yeah, you're getting that pickup all dolled up. How long till you put some exhaust on it? I said, well, I probably have to worry about getting something too impressive here before I worry about the exhaust. He starts laughing. He says, yeah, that 6-cylinder, that'd sound real hot, wouldn't it, with some hot exhaust on it. So we got the Sherman shell. And this is funny, guys. So you got the Sherman shell hit there, then you get all the overpasses and stuff for the interstate. That's where we would have come off, right back there, if we'd taken the interstate. You can get off in Island Falls too, but if we'd got off in Sherman on the interstate, that's what it would have been. Then to get to Sherman Irvins here. But yeah, there must be enough business to accommodate the both of them, because they don't seem to, you know, hurt each other in any way. No idea what time it is. I'm sure I'm going to be early anyway, because I left way before everybody else did. So we're coming up into Amish territory. I don't know if you saw the share the road sign with the Amish buggy on it. That's funny. You get that friggin' horse crap all through the road from them, though. And in summer, you can't avoid it. It's all the way across the road, especially by the farm, because they won't disengage their spreaders when they come across the road. So it's all over the friggin' road, and you drive through it. Then every time you turn the AC or heater on for the next friggin' 6 months, you can smell that. Oh, jeez, I'm telling you. The Amish are kind of a touchy subject. Like I don't mind them, but I just wish they weren't in the road. That really bothers me. Like, you know, if they want to live, you know, old-fashioned, I got nothing against that. I like to live old-fashioned too, not as old-fashioned as they do. I'm more kind of 60s and 70s, you know, era. But in the road, I don't know, that seems a little much to me. I don't see any out. There must be social distancing or something. Usually the road's right full of them here, especially on Sunday morning, because they'll come out and they rotate, like within the Amish community, which house, you know, whose house they do church at. So then everybody else has to travel to that person's house. So Sunday mornings, there'll be buggy after buggy after buggy right in a row on the road, just completely plugging up the traffic. You gotta try to drive around them. Oh, it's a nightmare. In the winter too, they'll be right out in the road like that. And they'll be slip sliding around all over the place, right? And then, this is Stacyville, by the way, guys. Just come into Stacyville. Anyway, so they'll be slip sliding around like that all over the place. And, you know, the roads are slippery. They'll shove you right out into the middle of the road, and there'll be cars coming to your meet and everything else. You gotta try to get around them without sliding into them, because the roads are terrible up here in the winter. And they'll be out at night in freaking snowstorms and blizzards. No lights, no nothing. No reflectors, nothing on them buggies, them black buggies. Or they'll be out walking, all dressed in black like that, in a blizzard. we've done this before. Gigi and I always come up to my Uncle Randy's for a little Christmas get-together celebration we have. We'll do a little wood project down in Randy's basement there with the wood stove. We'll do a little woodworking with the old-fashioned hand tools, build something, and we'll have snacks and sandwiches and different stuff. Visit. Well, anyway, we won't leave here. We'll get here at like, oh, I don't know, 10 in the morning. We probably won't leave until 9 o'clock at night. Some years we've left and it's been a blizzard when we leave. You'll head out, and Amish buggies will be right dead center in the middle of the road. In a blizzard like that. It really bothers me. Like, it's not really safe to be letting them on the road like that. You know, not only does it hold up traffic and everything, but it just scares me half to death. You never know where there's going to be one. You don't want to run them over. Jeez. That'd be awful. And it's happened. If you got trucks and stuff have hit them buggies before, loaded log trucks. It just makes you queasy just to think about it. So anyway, that's why I'm not an advocate of the Amish. There's nothing to do with the Amish themselves. I just don't. It makes me uncomfortable having them in the road and stuff like that. But it doesn't look like we're going to see any today. I don't even see any signs of them having been in the road. So, any time in the recent weeks. Usually the road's all full of horse crap, but I don't see any, so I don't know. Who knows? They might have just sweep the road though, because I know in Burlington they just had the state come out and sweep all the roads from plowing and stuff all winter. So they might have just done that here too. Who knows? You know, that almost looks like they put salt down this morning. I think they did. That's pretty crazy that they salted and plowed the roads. Kinda looks to me like they did though. Wow. Huh. Yeah, we got the high school and the elementary school right across the road from each other here. That's pretty neat to have them just right there, right across from each other. Definitely a long cruise, guys. Just ought to get the cruising with Codger out of your system for a little bit, huh? Looks like all the snow and stuff's blown out into the road up here. Oh yeah. That's nice. The old farm. Look at the old International cab over out there, huh? pretty crazy. Alright, this is gonna get a little funky up here. It looks like we're gonna be right up in the turnout here because of the. Whoa, this is nuts. Okay. Alright, this is freaking slippery. Wow. Really, really freaking slippery. Really, really, really freaking slippery right there. I wouldn't want to be doing like 50. I downshifted, I was only doing like 35, and you see what it did. That is crazy. It is nuts all out here today, guys. Okay, we're gonna hour and 28 minutes. This is so funny. I'm gonna get this released. Give you guys a nice. Whoa! Wow, it's windy. Give you guys a nice shot of the mountain there. Huh? What do you think of that? It's all the mountain. There's the peak. She's a little hard to see because of the weather. Hey. Guys that wants me to tow him out, so I guess he's down over the back. I didn't notice him. Alright guys, so we're gonna tow a guy out. I don't know how this is gonna go. I want to get there we go. I'm getting four-wheel drive here. Wait for this guy to come over the hill. This is going to get interesting, that's for sure. Come on, people. Everybody gets out of the way here. I'm going to tow this guy. But everybody's going so slow right now that I don't know how that's all going to work at the moment. Yeah, no problem.
What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Jordan.
I'm Danny Watson. Nice to meet you, Jordan. I'm Jacob. And Thank you for doing this for me.
Yeah, no problem.
I got caught in that friggin' slush and I thought it was going to come out of it, but it didn't.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than
Oh,
ending up down there, that's for sure.
hey, you got a good standard here.
Yeah.
You live in Patten, Jacob?
No, I'm coming up to see some family. I live, you know where Lincoln is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I live down by Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we only got like 3 inches of snow there, but we got all kinds of snow here.
About 6 here.
Yeah.
Well, no damage to her anyway.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Gave you something to land in.
Nice, smooth.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't want to come home. Hell, I can call AAA, but then he might wait forever on a Sunday.
Yeah, I feel bad, geez, but I don't know.
Oh, no, Jacob. I'm glad you know, no problem, sir.
Right here?
Yeah, right here, sir. I don't know him, but I know who he is. And I don't know if he wanted, maybe he won't even want to do it.
If he's a Williger, he'll probably help you. I know
Yeah.
quite a few Willigers up here
Yeah,
and there.
yeah. I don't know if he'd be in the house or not. If not, I'll just call AAA and
Okay.
I'll walk back up to the car, Jacob.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
You take good care.
You too.
Yep.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You get quite an action.